Hello and welcome to my page. The name of this page is The Lilatrice, which is a play on my name, Latrice, and the word soliloquy. Essentially, I'll be here talking to myself, thinking out loud, holding space for nuance, talking about the patterns that keep us misaligned, learning and reflecting honestly as we build more self-trusting and embodied lives. So feel free to share your thoughts on anything that I talk about in the comments to let me know your perspective and to let me know what you think about my perspective as well. So today I want to talk about how I learned to carry my safety with me. Now, but before I get into that, I just want to say this is my first video in about 4 years. And the last time I recorded videos on this page, it was with a group of people and we was discussing Insecure. I think it was like the 5th season, the 4th or 5th season. Or maybe we rewatched all the seasons and then came together and talked about them. Anyway, so this is my very first video in about 4 years since then. And so I'm kind of rusty. This has been like a 3-hour evolution already. But I decided I want to sit down and just go ahead and get it done because done is better than perfect in this sense. And I'm really trying to build the muscle of consistency while we're posting these YouTube videos and finally, sitting down and sharing my thoughts. So, how I learned to carry my safety. I first heard Patrice Washington saying that, and she was talking about when her coach mentioned that to her. I can't remember the full context of the conversation, but I've heard her say that a few times. And each time I was thinking, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I still don't really know what she means by it, but I know what it means for me now. And this is how I learned to carry my safety. Well, this is the moment that I defined it. I defined it at the end of last year, 2025, I kept having these incidents with people where I felt like I was not being covered, or I kept running into experiences where I felt like me sharing something very intimate was being invalidated, and not like a disagreement about what I was saying or my recounting of situations, but where what I was saying was actually being invalidated, kind of like gaslighting a little bit, trying to make me feel or think that what I was going through was not real or as big of a deal for me when I was the one who was personally experiencing these incidents. So after experiencing so many of those situations back to back all last year, especially when I was going through so much grief because I lost my dad and my brother. Well, my dad actually died December 28th, 2024, but we started the year off burying him in January. And then I lost my baby brother in May. So to have those experiences on top of all the grief that I was carrying last year, I knew something had to change. And I knew that something within me had to change because we can't change others. We only can do the change within ourselves. So I was like, I don't feel safe to talk to a lot of the people that I was talking to during the time. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel covered. And that's when I defined what carrying my safety meant for me. And it pretty much looks like this for me now. I'm going to make sure I've really taken the time to listen to people, how they express themselves in certain situations, what their thoughts are on certain things before I go in and share my intimate details with them. And I'm going to watch for patterns and just how they show up consistently. And that's how I will know if this person is safe for me. Or in any situations or places too, like, how do I want to cover and protect myself instead of expecting that covering and safety externally? So, and this is a new practice that I'm still learning. I'm sure that I'll be fine tuning it as I navigate different situations, people, places, and things. But that's what it looks like for me right now. And I'm also being careful about overcorrecting this new practice. And what I mean by that is I don't want to be like hyper vigilant or overly sensitive to people when I'm in conversation with them, or when I'm in certain situations. I don't want to be like looking for things to protect myself from. Like, I don't want to be hyper vigilant about that. And so carrying my safety does not mean that nothing will not ever affect me, but it does mean that I minimize how often I am exposed to people, places, and things that do affect me negatively. And it also means that I can be safe when they are not, period. So that is what carrying my safety looks like for me right now. And I'm excited to continue putting this practice in place. And it's been a short time since I've done it, like literally since the end of November of last year, 2025. So, and this is January 2026 right now. So I haven't been using the practice long, but I have noticed a significant difference in myself and the peace that I have when making sure that I am safe when dealing with people, places, and things since within that small time frame. So yeah, that's what carrying my safety means for me. Let me know what it means for you in the comments. And I will, so another thing before I go, my goal is to post a video every day about a thought that I am still thinking through, a thought that I have, for the most part, reconciled within myself. And again, it's going to be all about nuance, because I don't like the black and white thinking, although I know why it is necessary. And there's something else that I'll be talking about too one day. That's another topic that I'll be talking about too one day. But until then, that is the goal, to post something every day, a thought that I'm thinking, like could be random, something, I don't know. But you're welcome to go on this journey with me. And like I mentioned before, please let me know what you think about what carrying your safety looks like for you, or what it means for you, or what you think about my perspective on what carrying my own safety looks like. And also, if you would like to see what Patrice Washington thinks was said around that, you can check out some of her videos. And I'll try to find the exact video that I first heard her mentioning that in and put it in the comments. But if I can't, then it's Patrice Washington, and you can she has a lot of good videos. You can go through that and come across that and see what you think for yourself. And that is all. All right. See you all later.